May diabetes ka ba o di kaya family member, mommy, daddy, kapatid, housewife or wife and husband ninyo merong diabetes? Pero lumalala kahit umiinom ng gamot for the longest time, kahit pa sinusunod yung gamot, and every time after mag-follow up from one medicine, nagiging dalawang medicine, nagiging tatlong medicine, and yet yung kanilang diabetes or yung inyong diabetes ay nandyan pa rin. Yung fasting blood sugar ay mataas pa din, and yung HbA1c o yung 3 months average ng blood glucose is still high kahit na uminom ng gamot. So we have to look into what you are eating. Diabetes in standard medicine, the medicine na practiced by Western medicine, yung typical medical practice, we used to believe na ang diabetes ay hindi na nga nagumagaling. It is considered as lifestyle disease at lifetime na ito. Once you have it, hindi na mawawala ang inyong diabetes, and that is the problem of blood sugar. That may be a little true, especially kung meron ng end organ damage, but there is breakthrough in science right now at nakikita nga natin na just by improving our food intake, pwedeng-pwede pala na mawala rin yung symptoms and the other complications na dulot ng diabetes. Because we have to understand, diabetes is just about too much sugar in the blood. And yung number one source ng sugar sa ating blood, alam nyo ba kung saan ang galing? Sa ating pagkain. Our body creates its own sugar through the process of gluconeogenesis. The problem happens kapag ito ay merong imbalance, and that is when we are consuming too much sugar as compared to what our body needs. Because eventually, kapag yung asukal na ating kinakain is too much, it can lead into many problems. Nagkakaroon ito ng pamamaga sa loob ng ating katawan, hindi lang sa ating bloodstream. Hindi lang ito basta taas lang ng blood sugar. That one can cause damage. Kakainin niya, in a sense, ida-damage niya yung mga nerves natin, yung mga ugat natin, and even the formation of fats at yung mga fat build-up na nasa ating ugat, yung tinatawag nating atherosclerosis, yung pagbara ng cholesterol sa ating ugat, that is actually not directly related to fat intake, but still on sugar intake, because yung pinaka-cause ng atherosclerosis formation is not just the elevated carbohydrate, elevated cholesterol in our system, but also the elevated sugar, because elevated sugar will lead into elevated insulin, and insulin, isa siyang hormone na dapat hindi parating mataas. At kapag parati tayong kumakain ng matatamis, kumakain ng mataas sa sugar, it can lead into imbalance. So, bakit lumalala ang diabetes kahit may gamot na? Because you are consuming still too much sugar na hindi kaya ng gamot. Yung gamot, it can help, it can improve, pwede niyang malesen yung mga complications, pero it cannot help the ultimate healing, the ultimate cure. Because para lang yan, yung halimbawa niyan, meron kang nililinis sa inyong bahay. So for example, merong tubig basa yung whole floor ninyo. So yung pag-inom ng gamot, para kang nagmamop. So you are trying to dry the floor kasi nga basa ito. Pero kung patuloy kang kumakain ng sugar, kumakain ng mga matatamis, ng mga bawal for diabetes, it's like nagmamap ka nga, pero pinapaandar mo naman yung gripo at saka yung shower na patuloy lang magkakaroon ng sobrang daming overflow sa inyong sahig na hindi kaya kahit anong gawing pagmamap ninyo, kahit pa ipa-vacuum cleaner ninyo. But if you have the source of the problem still on, and that is food intake, hindi talaga yan magiging maayos, hindi yan magiging magaling. Now, the question is, marami rin yung nagsasabi na umiiwas naman ako sa matatamis, like this one. Sobrang tagal ko nang hindi kumakain ng donut, hindi ako kumakain ng candy, hindi na ako kumakain ng kahit anong matatamis, the sodas, I don't take that anymore. Pero bakit ba lumalala pa rin yung aking diabetes. Bakit kahit umiiwas na ako sa mga bawal na ito, ay malala pa rin? So, I will go through with you. So, this is just Google. So, anybody can confirm or access it. Yung iba, baka sabihin nila, doktor, pero Google yung ginagamit. Because Google, internet, all the information is there, but you have to know kung ano yung impormasyon na hahanapin nyo. Otherwise, malululula kayo. You will be persuaded. Baka makita nyo yung hindi tamang mga information. So, Google is okay. Okay lang maghanap sa internet, but you have to know what you will search for. So, kung ipapakita ko sa inyo dito, this is the sugary foods, di ba? But this is what you don't know. So, what is the chemical composition ng sugar? Chemical composition of sugar. Okay? So, chemical composition of sugar, eto siya. So, it is called sucrose or table sugar. So, this one is sugar. Sugar. Okay? At yung kanyang chemical composition, dalawa yan. Dalawa. So, it is made of dalawang molecule. So, this is glucose and fructose. So, ilagay natin and fructose so that you can see. So this is the chemical symbol. Glucose plus fructose. Eto. Can you see that one? So isang glucose at isang fructose molecule, kapag pinagdugtong mo sila, nagiging sucrose yan. So that is table sugar. And yung fructose, pwede siyang ma-convert into back to sugar sa ating liver. But if we are taking it in excess, which is yung common na nangyayari, that can pile up into fats. Magiging triglycerides yan, magiging lipid yan. That is why intake of too much fructose and sugar is linked into fatty liver. So glucose and fructose, yan yon. So per teaspoon ng ating sugar na kinakain, isang kutsarita, ay magkakaroon yan ng 4 grams of glucose and fructose. Okay? 4 grams yan ha. So tandaan nyo, glucose and fructose. Now, even if you avoid sugar and glucose, bakit pa tumataas pa rin yung blood sugar ninyo? This is the reason why. Kasi yung ating glucose source, especially sa mga Pinoy, hindi mostly sweets, but it is the starch. So, ano yung starch? Ipapakita ko sa inyo yung starch. Starch and glucose. So, yung starch is actually a combination or complex kind of glucose. So, kung ang isang glucose molecule na ganito ay isang sugar molecule, ang starch ay nagkakakadugtong. Sobrang dami na sugar. But since magkakadugtong sila, hindi mo sila ma-feel na matamis sila. That's why kapag ngumunguya ka ng ngumunguya ng mga starch, eventually it gets sweeter. Mas nararamdaman nyo na yung tamis. So, this is actually the reason why na sobrang daming diabetic na lumalala ng lumalala kahit umiinom ng gamot because they're actually kahit uma-avoid sila ng sugar, but they are over-consuming their starch intake. At ano naman yung examples of starch? Okay? Starch, examples. Lagay natin, examples of starch. Yan. So, ano yung mga starch? Yan. Bread, tinapay, cereals, pasta, kanin, patatas, yung mga beans, and mga chestnuts. Okay? Sila yung matataas sa starch. Okay, gawin nating visual para sa mga visual na hindi makaintindi. Minsan, nagtatanong, pwede bang mag-crackers? Pwede ba akong mag-biscuit sa low carb? No, because all of that are starch. Starch yan. At yung starch, again, ano nga ulit yung starch? Starch is just glucose na hindi mailabas ang kanyang tamis because ito ay magkakadugtong. So we move back to our starch definition. So that is starch. It is a chain of glucose. And that is the reason why ang isang cup ng kanin, 1 cup of rice, is actually, tingnan natin, 1 cup of rice glucose. Para makita ninyo. Because 1 cup of rice. Yan. 1 cup of brown rice pa yan ha. 9 teaspoons of white sugar. So, yan yung equivalent. So, para kang kumain, lumaklak ka ng 9, actually, it can be up to 10 teaspoons of sugar. Depende. So, this one, white rice, 15 spoons of sugar. So, nakikita ninyo, that is the reason why. Yan, sugar-free September. Isang cup ng rice, katumbas, 2 can ng soft drinks. And that is the reason why hindi gumagaling yung mga taong merong diabetes kahit pa umiinom sila ng sugar-free drinks, kahit pa hindi na sila kumakain ng kahit anong mga matatamis, wala na silang kinakaing desserts, but because they are also over-consuming their rice intake. At hindi lang yan rice ha. Again, yes. So, eto, kayo na magbasa, but still, ilagay natin dyan, titingnan natin kung ano ba ang laman yan because you asked for that. We will check. Hindi ko sasabihin kung okay kumain yan, but we will show the net carbohydrates. Net carbohydrate contents. Okay? Net carbohydrates, we will show you. So, yan yung net carbs. The way to read is like this one. Okay? So, yan yung content. So, para makita ninyo. Per tatlong crackers ay 25 grams. 16 grams niyan is carbohydrate. 2 grams yung dietary fiber. So, yung dietary fiber, pwede siyang i-deduct sa 16. So, kada tatlong crackers na yan, it's 14 grams of sugar. And that is equivalent to about 3 teaspoons of white sugar. Tatlong kutsarita yan ng asukal na katumbas niyan because that is still starch. So, pwede ba yan kainin o bawal ba yan kainin? It's up to you. Kung gusto nyong kumain ng tatlong crackers na equivalent ay tatlong kutsaritang asukal, why not? Go ahead. And that is why we have this short live video for you to know, for you to understand. So, ano ang dapat na diet? We have our safe list. Pangitangan natin. Dito na tayo magsi-search. So, we have the Dr. Rojo food list. Okay, meron tayong food list that you can check. So, meron dyang safe list, caution list, and danger list. Mostly, to make it short, ano lang yan, it's mostly the real meat. So, karne, isda, baboy. If you want seafood, pwede. But pair it with vegetables. Ang wag nang kumain ng kanin, hindi kailangan ng kanin o tinapay. Kung sasabihin hindi mabubusog sa vegetables lamang, I don't think so. Kung kumain ka ng isang buong garden ng vegetables, yun yung sinasabi ko parate. I doubt kung hindi ka mabubusog niyan. Of course, mabubusog ka. It's about the amount, okay? We have a lot of posts before. So, is rice necessary in order to consider a meal complete? The answer is no. So, that is not so. Ito palang lumalabas kapag in-search natin yung ating food list, no? Ngayon ko lang din nakita to. So, yan. That's just a quick, short live for today para lang ma-emphasize natin sa mga hindi pa na-emphasize, hindi pa nakakalam ng low carb. Why? Lumalala yung diabetes ng mga tao kahit umiinom sila ng gamot because they are not addressing it at the root cause. Hindi nila ina-address yung totoong problema, and the real problem is in food intake because yung ating sugar na nagpapataas ng ating blood sugar is mostly coming from our food. At sa mga tao naman nagsasabi, saan ako kukuha ng energy kung wala akong sugar? Our body can function well, can function better even without intake of blood sugar. So, I'm currently in Vietnam right now for a short vacation and meron akong mga baon dito. So, ito yung sila pinagkakain ko today. Kumuha ko ng butter and egg sa lounge bago umalis sa airport and gourmet tuyo. So this is olive oil, tuyo in olive oil, made by one of our masterclass enrollees and ka-meet and greet natin, si Miss Lulu from Tagaytay. So thank you so much. Sobrang dami. Yan yung naubos ko. One sitting lang. So halos nakalahati na. This is a gift from Doc P, galing kay Tito Jaden, Doc P, and Doc Mike Atencio. So umabot dito. And also, we have the mixed nuts. So this one's the mixed nuts. This is sidlan lang. But the nuts there, Brazilian, walnut, pecan. Pecan is my favorite na ngayon. Kasi this is raw. Hilaw. So, yan yung ating snack. At tubig lang. Ubos na. Tubig. Maraming pwedeng makain sa low carb. You just have to know. Join our Facebook groups. We have Life Without Rice and Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community. So, maraming salamat. Thank you so much, everybody. Exercise, you can have exercise. But kapag nagsisimula pa lang kayo sa low carb, better focus first on your food intake para hindi kayo mabigla masyado. Okay? Unripe mango, 100 grams of yung hilaw na mangga, yung puti, 100 grams. So, maybe nasa isang mangga lang. That can be considered as part of low carb. So, wag lang marami. Okay? Singkamas is also one of the low carb na root crops na pwede. Pero others, kamote, ube. Sa ube, ako personally gustong-gusto ko rin ng ube. That's why meron akong ube flavoring sa bahay na hindi ko rin madalas gamitin. Pero sa mga times lang na parang hinahanap ko yung ube na taste. So, I just put ube flavoring. So, solve na agad, especially sa ating mga kakanin cravings. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat. Meron akong dapat na gagawing tour. Kaya lang baka late na ako. But we will see kung kaya pang umabot kasi dumidilim na rin dito. Thank you so much, everybody. Maraming salamat for being with us here. And of course, as per always, remember to always stay low carb so that we all stay safe. And for those who wish to be a part of our masterclass, we have an ongoing masterclass. And shout out sa lahat ng participants natin sa ating gallbladder disease masterclass. And thank you for understanding na na-delay yung ating last day, day 21. We will upload it in a short while. Maraming salamat po for your kindness and consideration. And I'll see you in our disease number 11, which would be about kidney diseases. And eventually, the last one would be our mental health and longevity for long and happy, healthy lives for the rest and everybody. If you wish to know more, message nyo lang yung admins natin in LCF Masterclass by yours truly. We have all the topics on lifestyle diseases if you wish to know more about that. But to start, you can join our Facebook groups for free. Life Without Rice for food inspirations on paano kumain yung mga may diabetes para sila ay para matulungan sila at hindi lang makadepend sa glucose. So marami na kaming mga kasamahan na their doctors, eventually sila mismo yung mga doktor nila ang tinanggal na yung kanilang diabetes medications kasi nga bumaba na sa normal yung kanilang HbA1c from 12, from 15 ngayon 5.5 na lang, 4.5, 4.9 na lang, and it really is possible with proper nutrition and with the right guidance. So I hope you will find your own healing soon and you might consider going low carb if ever na-try nyo na yung lahat pero hindi pa rin na-improve yung inyong health. So, yes, bakit lumalala ang diabetes kahit may gamot? Because hindi ito ina-address on the real problem and the real root cause, which is the intake of foods na nakakapagpataas ng blood sugar at ang nagpapataas ng blood sugar ay hindi lang matatamis but also the foods that are high in starch because starch is just a complex form of sugar na also becomes sugar the moment it is already present in our body. So avoid sugar, avoid starch if you want to improve your blood sugar control. So, yun lang muna guys. And I hope you can share this one para mas marami ang ma-inform. And we make low carb normal sa buong Pilipinas and sa buong mundo so that everybody will get to know so that we have better decision making. Okay lang, kahit mag-rice pa rin kayo, kahit kumain pa rin kayo ng crackers, it's up to you. Walang problema yan. But at least you know what it does to your body. At alam nyo kung ano ang sugar equivalent dito. And that's 1 cup of rice, approximately nasa 10 teaspoons of white sugar yan or 2 soft drinks na can. Di ba? Sobra-sobra. So, I will stop na. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Stay low carb, stay safe.